I have to make a bit of a confession here. When I was 10 years old, I got so completely hopelessly lost in the caves of the game Pokemon Fire Red that I actually cried.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just kept walking in circles, fighting Zubats for days. But like,
Yeah.
what if I told you there is a brand new AI that just beat that exact game from start to finish using nothing but raw screenshots?
Wait, just screenshots?
Literally just looking at the screen and reasoning its way through. No maps, no underlying code access.
I mean, that requires a massive leap in visual and contextual processing. And, that is exactly what we are digging into for you today. We're looking at the launch of Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 and its specialized scientific counterpart, Mythos 5.
Right, and our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack how these new models are moving far beyond just text generation
Yeah.
to unlock these incredible scientific and productivity breakthroughs.
It's a huge shift.
It really is. And hey, quick side note, whether you need help with AI training, automation, software development, or just figuring out where agents can make the most impact for your business, you should really check out our sponsor, Embersilk, over at embersilk.com.
Highly recommend them.
So, jumping right in, going from a Game Boy screen to complex systems, Fable 5 is wild. Stripe apparently let it loose on a 50 million line code base, and it completed a massive migration in a single day.
Which is a task that manually would take a whole engineering team months to do. And it can actually even rebuild a web app's entire source code just by looking at a screenshot of the interface.
Wait, hold on. I'm stuck on that screenshot example.
Yeah.
Like automating a text-based code migration, that makes sense. But how does looking at a picture let it rebuild an app? Is it just guessing based on standard templates?
Well, no, it's not just pattern matching.
Yeah.
Because Fable 5 processes the visual layout and the underlying code architecture simultaneously, it doesn't just see a button.
Oh, I see.
Right, it deduces the logic required to actually make that button function. Plus, it can hold millions of tokens of context.
Meaning it can essentially keep thousands of pages of a code base in its mind at once,
Exactly.
without forgetting the beginning by the time it reaches the end. It's like having this ultra-efficient colleague with a photographic memory.
Yeah, you aren't just giving it a basic prompt anymore. You are handing off an entire workflow to it.
And that ability to hold an entire system's logic in its memory isn't just useful for software, right? When you apply that systems-level reasoning to the physical world, the sources show Fable 5 built a solar system simulation from physics first principles to predict eclipses.
It did, yeah. It's remarkable.
But I have to ask, when you have an AI generating physics models from scratch, are we risking massive hallucinations?
Oh, sure, it's a completely valid concern. Which is exactly why Anthropic developed Mythos 5, that's the version specialized for experts, and it grounds its reasoning strictly in empirical data.
So it's much more precise.
Incredibly precise. We're seeing it independently produce completely novel hypotheses in molecular biology. Like, in one case, a biological mechanism it proposed for an E. coli protein was actually corroborated by an independent lab working on the exact same problem.
Wow, that directly echoes what Nobel laureate Demis Hassabis recently talked about. He won the Nobel Prize for using AI to predict protein structures.
He did, yeah.
And he really emphasized that AI is transitioning into a fundamental tool that will help scientists make even more discoveries in the coming years.
Well, the data strongly supports that optimistic vision. I mean, Mythos 5 spent over a week doing largely autonomous genomics research across 138 animal species.
That's a massive scale.
Right. It built a custom machine learning model that actually outperformed a recent model published in the prestigious journal Science. And it did all of that while being 100 times smaller.
That is unbelievable. So we are officially crossing the threshold from using AI as like an advanced calculator to collaborating with it as an active co-scientist.
Yes, absolutely. It is actively executing complex drug design tasks right now.
But obviously, a system that can design novel biology needs rock-solid safety mechanisms.
For sure. Anthropic tackled this with a smart classifier system. So instead of rigid blocks that just stop you, this classifier acts a bit like an intelligent rail switch.
Oh, I like that. So the moment it detects a train carrying, say, hazardous cargo.
Like a prompt digging into advanced chemistry or cybersecurity.
Right. It instantly switches the tracks.
Precisely.
Just routing the query safely away from the unrestricted Fable 5. It's almost like having intelligent bowling bumpers that keep the momentum going safely without ruining the game.
That is a great analogy. It routes it safely over to the highly capable but more regulated Claude Opus 4.8 model. Over 95% of sessions don't trigger the switch at all, but it ensures broad access stays safe.
while the specialized unrestricted versions are kept in a trusted access program for verified life science researchers.
Exactly. It's a very elegant, very positive solution.
It leaves you wondering, if an AI can already simulate the solar system and autonomously accelerate drug design today, what fundamental mysteries of the universe will we be able to solve together tomorrow?
It is such a thrilling frontier. The tools are ready, and the possibilities for positive impact on humanity are just truly limitless.
Well, if you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the show and leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in, and hey, maybe with Fable 5 around, it's finally time for me to go back into those caves and beat those Zubats.